And we are live here with the Season 4 bracket reveal for the VLR Cup Series. I am Nia Marinecki, your host and the driver of the number 29 for the VLR Cup Series. So without further ado, let's get started. But first, some breaking news. Brett Hill do some weird stuff that happened in ski car, like around with racism or something. I don't know. But yeah, Brett Hill has been suspended indefinitely and subsequently has been kicked out of the playoffs. So the 16th seed originally was out of the playoffs, now is in due to that. So without further ado, let's get this started. So we're gonna start with the C4 playoff bracket. It's right here. Alright. So we're gonna go from the number 1 seed all the way down to the number 16 seed for this. Same thing with the Cup Series. Without further ado, let's get this underway. Oh, we are just getting news that the scheme for World Playoff drivers isn't accurate because there's recently been a number swap between teammates. All right. So the first overall seed will be, with 2 wins, 4 top 5s, and 4 top 10s on the year, the number 1 seed will be Cohen Thompson in the number 83. Honestly, this has been a great year for Cohen considering the last 2 seasons. Last season he was winless but still went to playoffs as the number 15 seed, but this is still an upgrade for that 83 team. So from the first seed, we go to the second seed with 2 wins, 2 top 5s, and 4 top 10s. Most notable thing, going 2 in a row at Pocono and Milwaukee, Mackenzie Burton in the number 22. With the number 3 seed, with 1 win, 4 top 5s, and 7 top 10s, second most top 10s, 1 at Texas, Spongy Ahoy in the number 51. A great year considering last season was a complete bust for Spongy Ahoy. But he seems to be getting used to these stock cars, and now he's entering the VLR playoffs as a number 3 seed. We got the number 4, now to the number 4 seed, with 1 win, 2 top 5s, and 5 top 10s. Entered last season as a number 1 seed, and won at Wait, was it? No, it was Sonoma. Ash Nettle in the number 2. Moving on, we got the number 5 seed. With 1 win, 3 top 5s, and 4 top 10s, getting his lone win in Atlanta. Azu Satori, a breakout year for this young superstar, and we should have seen this coming with his performance in the Germain Racing 17 last season. We got the number 6 seed with 1 win, 3 top 5s, and 5 top 10s. It is Kimmy. I still do not know how to pronounce her last name, so don't get out of my ass, please. So the number 7 seed, with 1 win, 1 top 5, and 4 top 10s, is Billy Jarrell. Number 19, really a good. It's not the greatest season for the 13th place in points car. Yeah, I cannot speak to it. Now the next two we're going to do together, since they're both in the same matchup. The 8th seed has 1 win, 2 top 5s, and 4 top 10s. And the number 9 seed has 1 win, 1 top 5, and 3 top 10s. It is Monaco Dentelson and Manny Candemill Jr. Manny wouldn't have made the playoffs if he did not get that win a few days ago in Daytona. Monaco Dentelson, he's been in the conversation for a lot of races, but only got 1 win, that being at Dover. Moving back over here now, who's going to be facing Billy Jarrell in the first round? Uncle Ruckus with 1 win, 2 top 10s, and 2 top 5s and 2 top 10s. Next, who's we facing Kimmy in the first round? Justin Whitmer with 1 win, 2 top 5s, and 2 top 10s. That will wrap up the drivers who got in on wins. The next 5 got in via the points. And if you're me, you will know that this guy has had an unbelievable season with no wins, 5 top 5s, and 9 top 10s. Put that in perspective, he has finished in the top 5, won in every 3 races, and has only not finished outside the top 10 in 6. Aztec Levette in the number 13 faced off against Azu Satori. I'm going to put down a prediction now. Whoever wins this matchup is winning the entire thing. Take it out to the bank. With the number 13 seed, with no wins, 2 top 5s, and 5 top 10s, Vanny Hillard will face off against Ash Nettle. 2 drivers who have always done good in the C4 series will face off in the playoffs in the first round. Now the number 14 seed with no wins, 3 top 5s, and 5 top 10s, Happy D'Angelo in the number 23. The lone 2311 car in the playoffs in both series. Yeah, that's about it. Now to the number 15 seed. With no wins, 3 top 5s, and 4 top 10s. He is a season 1, technically season 2, but that's not really season for the C4 series. The first ever runner-up in VLR C4 series history, T.J. Arnold. And finally, first, let's go over the drivers who barely missed out. We'll go over 4 of them. It's 1 top 5 and 5 top 10. Dan Sebst was out by 12 points. 11 points. With 1 top 5 and 3 top 10s. Also 11 points out. Patrick Sterling. With 3 top 5s and 4 top 10s. Also 11 points back. Luke Evans. And finally, with 2 top 5s and 2 top 5s and 3 top 10s. By 8 points, Alejandro Aguirre did not make the playoffs. So without further ado, who made the playoffs? With 2 top 5s and 5 top 10s, the final driver to enter this season's playoffs is Anthony Angel. He'll face off against Cohen Thompson in the first round, and this is your full C4 series bracket. Let's go over it one more time. Cohen Thompson versus Anthony Angel. Monaco Jenelson versus Manny Canville Jr. Ash Nettle taking on Vanny Hillard. Azu Satori face off against Aztec Levette. Mackenzie Burton taking on TJ Arnold. Billy Gerald taking on Uncle Ruckus. Spongy Hoy taking on Cappy D'Angelo. And finally, it is Kimi Hamalayan. I apologize if I butchered that. Versus Justin Whitmer. So without further ado, let's go over the Cup Series bracket. The number 1 seed is a no-brainer. With 3 wins, 5 top... No. 3 wins, 4 top 5s, and 6 top 10s. Matt Brunner will enter these playoffs as the number 1 seed. And the number 2 seed with stats that don't look as good as anyone else's in the top 5, with 1 win, 1 top 5, and 7 top 10s. Actually, has the most top 10s out of anyone in the series. It's Dylan Jones in the number 43. Moving on to the number 3 seed. With 1 win, 3 top 5s, and 5 top 10s. Getting his first win and only win of the season at Daytona. It is Robert Walker in the number 52. Moving on to the number 4 seed with 1 win, 3 top 5s, and 5 top 10s. Getting his lone win in I was gonna say Mexico. Is Avery Williams for the second consecutive year making the playoffs. Moving down to the number 5 seed with 1 win, 2 top 5s, and 4 top 10s. Getting his lone win of the season at Seattle. Stephen Collins in the number 9. Moving on here to the next side. With 1 win, 2 top 5s, and 5 top 10s. Name Botas. Number 7 seed with 1 win, 1 top 5, and 3 top 10s. Corey Statsperson. Now, once again, the next two are going to be revealed together. Both these drivers had 1 top 5. However, the first driver had 3 top 10s, while the other had 4. And one of the drivers that I mentioned earlier has an inaccurate scheme due to a recent number change. It will be Kevin Planvick as the number 8 seed, and Ellie Fulmer in the 36 car as the number 9 seed. Ellie Fulmer will drive the 36, and if Jane agrees, she will drive the 38 for the remainder of the season, as well as season 5. So moving on, we got the number 10 seed. It's 1 win, 3 top. No. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Ellie. Ellie Fulmer had 3 top 5s and 4 top 10s. This driver had 3 top 5s and 3 top 10s. Aiden Cooligan. And will enter as the number 10 seed and will face off against Corey Statsperson. The number 11 seed with 1 win, 1 top 5, and 4 top 10s, getting his only win of the season at Bristol, is Lionel Meniscus, keeping that streak of playoff appearances alive for another season. In fact, I believe he's the only driver in No. Never mind. There are 2 drivers that have never missed the playoffs in VLR history. Lionel Meniscus and Matt Brunner. Those are the only 2 that have made every single playoffs in VLR history. Moving on here, we got the final driver who got in with a win, with 1 win, 1 top 5, and 2 top 10s. Evan O'Donnell will face off against Stephen Collins in the first round. So anyway, now I get to the drivers who got in with no wins. There are 4 of them. with no wins, 3 top 5s, and 6 top 10s, Nia Marinaki will enter the playoffs as the number 13 seed. And will face against Avery Williams in the first round. Next up, with no wins, 3 top 5s, and 5 top 10s, barely missing out on that number 3. Actually, would have been the number 2 seed if they were able to get it done at Daytona. Stingray Robb. Moving up now, we got the number 15 seed. With no wins, 2 top 5s, and 6 top 10s. The Season 1 champion Xavier Krabs will be in the playoffs. Interesting fact, this is the first time a previous champion has re-entered the playoffs. And finally, the number 16 seed. Now keep in mind that first, this driver, if it wasn't for Brett Hill getting suspended, he would not be here right now. So that's good. So just like we did with the C4 series, we're going to go over the drivers who did not make it. The first 4 drivers did not make it. Marley Collett with with 2 top 5s and 10 top 10s. 2 top 5s and 5 top 10s. Did not make it. Christoph Thomas with 4 top 5s and 4 top 10s did not make it. Elijah Crocker, which by the way got injured after Pocono, will not race in another race this season. He has been replaced. The driver of his car for the past few races has been Billy Gerald, but I expect that to change but Patrick Sterling will take the wheel so that Gerald can focus on the playoffs. And finally, Elijah Swan, out by 8 points with 2 top 5s and 10 top 10s. 4 top 10s. Dang it, why do I keep doing that? So without further ado, the number 16 seed with 3 top 5s. 3 top 5s and 5 top 10s. Drew Hahn in the number 1. So without further ado, this is your bracket. Let's go over it one more time before we say goodbye to you for the night. Matt Braun versus Drew Hahn. Cameron Planvick versus Ellie Fomer. Avery Williams versus Nia Marinaki. Stephen Collins versus Kevin O'Donnell. Dylan Jones versus Xavier Krabs. Corey Statsperson versus Aiden Cooligan. Robert Walker versus Stingray Robb. And finally, Name Botas versus Lionel Minskus. That's going to be it for the day. Thank you guys so much for watching. Darlington will be just around the corner. Might do that tonight. If I don't do it tonight, I'll start production on Friday. So further ado, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all at Darlington.